The inaugural season of a new women's professional softball league here in the U.S. begins this weekend. 4 teams will participate in the Athletes Unlimited Softball League's opening day Saturday. The AUSL received a huge boost last week after announcing a new partnership with Major League Baseball on CBS Mornings. The league will be led by Kim Ang. She was the first woman to be named general manager of a major American men's pro sports team. And Emma Baccellieri joins us now. She's a staff writer for Sports Illustrated. Emma, so good to be with you. Tell us more about the significance of the ASUL's partnership with Major League Baseball and what it means for the league's exposure.
Yeah, this is something really huge for professional softball. We've seen leagues get started in the United States before. Some of them have actually lasted quite a while, but we've never seen one that was able to really have that kind of long-term stability and viability that it needed to break through as a serious career option for players and to really survive as a league. So having this kind of funding from MLB, the exposure, the visibility, having games on MLB Network, that all I think can really go a long way here in making sure this league at least has a chance to try to cultivate the kind of environment that it wants to have to survive.
So how will this inaugural season work, and what are the league's plans for the years after this inaugural season?
Yeah, it's a little unconventional that this year is starting with 4 teams and they're going to be barnstorming across the country. They're going to play in 10 different cities for the regular season, and most of those are college softball markets, places like Norman, Oklahoma, and Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And then next year, when it expands, it'll go from 4 teams to 6 teams, and they will pick 6 markets to be based in, playing in each team in one city, like you would expect from a traditional major league.
Softball, particularly at the college level, is rapidly growing in popularity. Does the AUSL help take the sport to the next level? And what does this say about the growth of women's sports in general?
Yeah, absolutely. You've seen some huge broadcast numbers from the Women's College World Series, from college softball in general over the last couple of years. And in large part, some of the stars that fans recognize from the college game then kind of just disappear in mainstream sports. And so for them to have a league that they can continue on to play in domestically, that's getting national television exposure, that's creating a real pathway for not just these college players to have a chance to continue their careers with, but for younger girls to aspire to know that there's a pathway there. That's really huge, and building on that growth in the college game, I think, is something that softball has been ready for a while. And as you said, we're seeing this larger movement in women's sports. We've seen, obviously, the WNBA, what Caitlin Clark has brought and what that's looked like over the last year. The NWSL, women's soccer is huge. Women's professional hockey has found a more robust professional league. So all of this is happening across the whole spectrum now, and it makes sense that MLB saw an opening to sponsor something that can really provide that for softball.
Can you give us a preview of what some of the team names are, and potentially how they landed on certain towns or cities getting the rights to the team?
Yeah, you have some fun names like the Blaze. Since these aren't tied to cities yet, they're all kind of just loose terms. Um, but in terms of the players, you're going to have some big names that people recognize from college softball, like Montana Fouts, who threw a perfect game in the Women's College World Series a while ago. Maya Brady, incredible player at UCLA, also known as Tom Brady's niece. Just some really fun talent playing in markets like, Alabama, Oklahoma, really known for college softball, but also Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington, Rosemont, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. So kind of really across the country there, both in traditional college softball markets and a few other bigger cities.
This is so exciting. Emma Baccellieri, thank you for your reporting and coming on and talking about this with us.
Thank you.